Namaste, welcome back to another episode of Excisions. With me, your friend Dheeraj. I am basically talking to myself right now. I am hoping by the grace of YouTube's algorithm, a few more people get notified about this stream and I do get some viewers. But if you're watching this on replay, please turn the speed to 2x and let me know in comments what you guys are drinking. Tonight I am drinking some nice Royal Coke. No, not Coke. I think it is a Coke brand, but Royal True Lychee. True Lychee. Actually, it's supposed to be pronounced lychee, but here in the Philippines, I don't know why they still call it lychee. But hey, I don't know. I'm tasting it for the first time. I do uh, nice soda pop sound, always good. Um, yeah, I'm going to stall the live stream a little bit more. Hopefully, a few more people catch on, but I don't know. Uh, yeah, YouTube has done so many changes, and I don't know why the views. Usually, I used to get around 50 views. That has been slowly declining. The last video got like 20, less than 20 maybe. But yeah, anyways, I will taste this till then and see what happens. Mm, nice. Yes, yes. And I like that. Yeah. And yeah, before I get into my rant, maybe I'll just cover the boring part of the stream or add some crypto news. Nothing really big happening, even though I think, yeah, BTC just hit a new or it hit 80K once again. So if you bought uh, BTC at 60K, you are up 30%, which is good for everyone. And so that's one thing. Mm, So crypto is going higher. Let's see some other news. Pakistan kicks off the crypto licensing regimen in, in with September 5th registration deadline. Yeah. Mm, Strategy sells 2 billion in MSTR shares. No Bitcoin purchases so far. Establishes 1.6 billion US cash pool. And Revolut Global stablecoin race with euro backed token. So yeah, we have USDC, USDT. We might get the EURD and EURD. Let's see how these SEC preps overhaul crypto rules. Bitfinex Securities raises 50 billion, not billion, million to push for tokenized nickel trading. Oh, yeah, nickel trading. That's hey, at least hey, I at least have one viewer. Very nice evening to you, to Ahmad. How things are? I hope you're doing okay. Um, Trump family's new crypto bank is backed by Abu Dhabi Sheikh. Uh, so maybe you can reread that that as Trump family acts as frontman for Abu Dhabi Sheikh. Uh, that's another thing. BitGo buys NYDIG institutional trading business, expanding derivatives offering. Yeah, so, and Strive acquires 1800 Bitcoin for 143 million. Total holdings to 23,156 BTC. And Bitcoin or Bitmines Ethereum holding reached 9 million after acquiring 53,101 tokens over the past week. So, oh, yeah, crypto doing its crypto stuff, high volatility over the whole. Once again, all prices are going up, stock prices are going down, and along with it, so is crypto. Oh, but not as much. I think there has been uh, just a sec. Mm, Give me a second. Don't go away. I will be back. I just switch off the camera. Sorry for the short break. So what was I talking about? Yeah, stocks are dipping a bit. Oil and gold prices are going up. So is crypto. And yeah, overall, the economy is looking bad. The past, this title of the stream and this stream was originally planned for last week, but actually, I was feeling a bit too much of doom and uh, what is it? Impending doom, as you know, so many bad things happened. We have like we have three celebrity deaths that have been covered in media all week long. The biggest one, the Dolly Parton. Then we had Tim Curry, and who's the hidden Pantini, uh, which was quite like saddening. She mm, but nothing compared to the sad losses we saw in Nepal, which was like Nepal flood has been covered all like in a sign of global warming or climate change, and everybody is doomed. But I don't know, like, have you noticed something like, uh, but it's not something I personally noticed, but another like what do you call it, a woke uh, or left-wing political commentator once commented, and I am observing it so much during the Nepal floods. You see, whenever any tragedy strikes in the countries from the south, it's blasted all over media, showing so many graphic images, uh, but not so much when it is something that happens in the Americas, North America or Europe, especially if if there is flooding every year in America as well. You don't get to see the um, like pictures of dead people in floods in America as much. Yeah, they are of course extensively covered in like all over media, but it is different. It's different. It's somehow like they don't respect the death or the dead bodies of people from the south. Of course, don't know that, but uh, other than that, yeah, we did have some sort of memorandum of understanding in the Middle East that was well, we didn't expect it. At least I didn't expect it to last so long, but apparently it did. And now we are back to war again. And like, yeah, even though the soldiers are tired, uh, some of them are revolting uh, already, and we all saw the pictures of what was there on the American battle happening on the American battleships. Some tried to get out it by jumping overboard, but uh, the war machine still continues, and because of which the we actually at this point that is the war is what is holding up the American economy, and it's not just that, it's even in Russia. We saw the huge attack on Ukraine, which is like I think they hit a weapons depot. So it was like a huge blast. But like how is Russia able to continue? Well, yeah, that's what happens when you are in a wartime economy. Uh, Government spending uh, on war, it does percolate downwards, keeps the economy running, but it's not good for general public. But overall, country is doing fine. Mm, yeah, and the other thing, I'm kind of forgetting all the points I wanted to cover. Uh, mm, yeah, there are a lot of economists again. Like, yeah, I will talk about them in a second, but yeah. So apparently, there are a lot of talking heads all crying about the 40 trillion um, that that the youth's government is kind of making it has always been a talking point. But I think very few economists like talk about the truth. Like the only one I remember talking about it was David Gray, the anarchist who sta- started the Occupy Wall Street movement. That's the difference. But he told us that yeah, most of that 40 trillion debt the government has is owed to itself, and it can be like what's that term, written down or written off. Like so, that is not the issue. There is also like no actual ceiling to how much can be spent by the government, even though there are like um, laws or whatever measures taken to keep have a virtual ceiling just to keep it was supposed to keep dictators away from manipulating the economic system or financial system, but that doesn't seem to work. And now everyone is talking about the bond market in the US, or at least that is what I see on my YouTube feed. Like the Treasury buying back its long-term debt and selling in the shorter term debt, like buying up 10-year bonds and selling 1 year or 2 year bonds, which even though like, it is a bad sign, like it when the government itself has to pick up that first of all they have already signaled they are trying to do that yield curve control, but which is not like very confidence boosting. But when you think of it as a trader, it makes sense. Like buy low, sell high. Eh, Yeah, they are buying 10-year bonds which are cheap and selling lower cost bonds which are at a higher price, and the price of bonds is inverse to their yield. So that's I would say a normal thing to do, but it's the level at which they are doing it. That's the issue. And what was it? What was I talking about? Yeah. So I think I covered this last week as well. Yeah, basically, it may turn out that they are just pushing with when shorter term bonds like are going to expire, they are slowly already pushing. Like there are many other reasons for inflation as well, but yeah, those bond deals they are going to add more to the money supply as well, and that's going to affect prices, which uh, is going to change everything for the normal folks like you and me, where people are not going to be able to afford daily necessities. Which, yeah, and that's the other thing. There is already talks about food shortages. There have been several recalls about uh, what was that? First there was a cyclospore outbreak, then salmonella outbreak. Now is mystery meat or mystery beef in the markets, some of which has been recalled. Or conspiracy theories about how people are catching wild horses or mustangs from and they are being shipped off as beef, which uh, even though wild, it might be a very wild theory, but not completely out of the question, though unlikely, because what I've heard is horse meat is actually more expensive than beef, which makes especially wild caught ones maybe because first of all organic chemical free plus the thing, yeah, horse horses don't produce as much meat as is the link oh, I think I have forgot. Yeah, I will repaste it here. I forgot to post the link to join the chat. Usually, mm, so yeah, okay. Hopefully, we'll have Emma joining us in a few minutes. But crazy stuff going on. Horse meat, which by the way, I agree. Why do you like? I think it's mainly in America. Why do you feel horse meat versus other farm animals? Why is it that bad? Mm, but then again, when Indians think or talk about not eating beef, then it's like, ah, oh my God, your meat is so oppressive. Anyways, what else do I have to talk about? The hex price. Oh, I just checked. I shouldn't have. Wait a minute. So, yeah, the hex price is not looking good, but usually, September is a green month, not just for hex. Like, oh, hey, let me see. According to the monthly chart, the candles. See, last year it was red. September 24, one of the biggest green candles, as well as in 2023. Now I'm using the versus pulse chart, so yeah, I have to go to uh, this one. This is the oldest chart. September 20 red, 21 was green, 22 red, 23 when red, 24 was green, 25 was green, and so I expect 26 to be green as well. But this is the EX, which is kind of correlated. The it should be, but it's and as far as Pulse X is concerned, I think it had the kind of the highest gains in the past 3 weeks amongst the Richard Hart coins, or maybe it was 2x. Okay, still we are very, very far away from where we were. Well, stop sharing and look good. End of the month, it is difficult to decide what else is there to talk about. Um, the never outside the the hex writing pad or electronic writing pad campaign is still going on. We have a wild SJ streaming every few days about how they are packing up and shipping those things. This, this is a good thing. And yeah, we also have um, yes, finally we have I have some company. Hello, good evening, Ahmed. How are you?
Hello, good evening, Giraj. Yeah, how are you? How are you? I think it's been about a few 2 weeks since I joined the stream. I was a bit caught up and not feeling well. I think last week or so. Yeah.
Yeah, last couple of weeks have been
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
but the weather has been crazy,
Oh
and
yes, yeah. Think
and
about.
yeah, we are having flooding here as well. Every few days we get that. You get like uh, warnings on your cell phone. We get that every almost for the past week. We are
Mm,
getting it every few hours. Like yeah, there is
yeah,
a
yeah.
flooding one for certain areas. There have been like yeah, flooding did occur. There are apparently couple of bridges collapsed here.
Oh,
So yeah, death toll has crossed 100, and plus I don't know what will be the after effects of the floods, but so far like, I'm just happy to be alive. But
Where does
it,
the
it,
flood occur? Is it occur in your area where you stay or something?
yeah, even in the area where I stay, there has been like slight flooding, like but yeah, what no like major destruction, but uh, when the streets are full of water, they're like it's not good for business, you know.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And the thing is, well, we talked about this before, like yeah,
Yeah.
uh, flood. The money that you was supposed to go for preventing this has already disappeared. So many things happen. How are things in Singapore? Like,
I
who
think
ha-
yeah, I think we got no flooding, but I think we do have some heavy rain once in a while. But I think currently right now is what you're facing is the haze. Yeah, haze. Because one of our neighboring country, Indonesia, the one of the land down there, they are actually burning the forest or the crops. Yeah. So when they burn, it's actually it's like a humongous huge area. You're talking about probably like
yeah,
500 or 1,000 or how many million times the size of Singapore or something. Yeah. So of course the haze is starting to affect the people around it, Singapore, Malaysia, most likely Indonesia. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, last time when when I mean, it's like a almost like a yearly affair, but some once in a while it's just very bad. Where our PSI, we got up to about 200 or 300 or so. There's once in a while we reach that. Yeah, yeah, and sometimes when I see a satellite photo of the area that was being burned, right, and I compare it to the size of Singapore, it's nothing. I mean, the Singapore is nothing. The
yeah,
area it burned is humongous. Yeah, it's like
mm,
literally a few of the Philippine islands combined together. I think it's still more than that. Yeah, the area
yeah. Then,
is
the- yeah, they are burning down all those forests to convert into coconut, no, what is that? Oil
yeah.
palm
Yeah.
plantations.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
not only that. I think it's also because of the sometimes the farmland, right? So they want to plant something new, and I think crop burning is to them is efficient. It's low manpower, and it's hassle free, and you don't have to do much. You just burn and let it do by itself. And plus, when you burn the crops, it also acts as a fertilizer. Yeah. So to
yeah,
them, yeah. Mm.
fertilizer as well as pesticide.
Yeah, yeah, and pesticide, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, but,
that problem is there in India as well. Like,
mm-mm,
and usually it's around this time, like not September, but late October and November. They start burning the stubble that is left, and the whole city becomes like hazy. Yeah, I get you. And what else? Singapore. I don't know.
actually, it's quite interesting the haze. I mean, I heard reports that the companies that when I mean like our Singapore government actually raised up an issue and make a fuss and complain that about Indonesia about the haze. They're not doing enough. They're not they are not serving fines or things to the company that does this. But I think that at one point Indonesia actually sent a report and say, you told us to go after the company, but the company that are doing this is actually and some of the companies are actually The owners are Singaporean companies. Yeah, I mean Singaporean companies buy a bit of set up some companies in Indonesia, and they did all these kind of things and everything. Yeah, I think there was a report or some story about this year previously. Mm.
Yeah, it's weird. But also, like, did you hear, like, yeah, Indonesia has officially started using B50 diesel, which is 50% biodiesel,
Mm.
and so yeah, they are trying to reduce their imports, which is kind of weird because Indonesia, even though it's not a big exporter, but it does have a lot of oil reserves. I maybe the thing is, there was this video of what influencer that because somebody commented that yeah, Indonesia doesn't have oil, and they and every Indonesian was talking about how they have a lot of oil, and the influencer was "Are you stupid? Uh, Why do you want to declare that you have a lot of oil? Do you want America to invade here again?" So that's the thing. I think that the point I was going to talk about is like, see, everybody is trying to, uh, because of what is going on in West Asia, like the routing of fuel has changed, and the effect of this B50 will be felt in Europe as well.
Mm.
Because it has like Europe was the major importer of biodiesel from Indonesia, and which led to the mass production of oil or palm oil in Indonesia, because there was European demand for palm oil for biodiesel, and that was when people like came into, like, I think it was 2016 or something, like there was this huge uh, like, I think a documentary or something, where there was a news report or a documentary which I saw, like, which were they were talking about those huge Indonesian fires that were happening, and people were burning forests to convert them into palm oil so that they can use that for biodiesel, because Europe implemented like clean fuel initiatives, and so their demand for biodiesel increased. So what was meant to save the planet is turned out to be hurting the planet, is this. So unintended consequences. Anyways, I I know I might have sounded a bit uh, what do you call, incognizible, but I hope I made my point.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I get your point, and I think in Singapore, so one of the latest issue, right? I mean, currently right now, I think people are trying to get a bit more environmentally friendly and greener. Yeah, yeah. I mean, in Singapore, I think there was the issue of, I mean, that our government are trying to uh, how should I say, reclaim islands. There's three islands, I forgot the name. So they want to develop the island and basically made it into one. So by doing so, they will, they will harm the sea life, the wildlife, the coastal, the marine mammals and everything. So people are against it, lah. Yeah, they say why must you, disrupt the wildlife, the sea life and everything. And even in in our tiny island, there's actually a small place where, yeah, they call it a forest, but actually it's a small one, but a forest nonetheless. So a government would like to, clear the forest and develop housing and everything. So people are complaining about it, and say that, why are you cutting down the forest, because it's one of the few green spaces for us to relax and explore and everything. Yeah, to get away from city life and everything. So there was even a protest in one of speakers area in Singapore. Yeah, so I mean it's nice to see people standing up and trying to stop, trying to conserve nature and everything. But of course, in the face of progress and development, I guess sometimes it's the money, I guess. The investment and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, money, yeah, like we say, root of all evil. Uh,
Mm.
but it's not just that, but population wise, like, yeah, Singapore population, even though everybody is complaining about like dropping birth rates,
Yeah.
etc. But yeah, overall the city is growing. They need to expand. Like it's already actually overcrowded, so it has to expand. That's a different issue. Which and I kind of don't believe that there is like a crisis of population, like population decline. See, like because mainly when I was in school, college, it was all we were being showered about population explosion and how uh, like the world is going to end if is if things are not like people are not limited. Again, partly funded by Bill Gates Foundation, which I
Mm.
realize now it was a thing. And like I don't know whether it's still going on, but there is a two-child policy in India. It's not like
Oh yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
China, not like China's
One
one-child
child.
policy,
Yes, yeah.
but it's like highly encouraged for uh, to like it's advertised. uh, we then, like when I was in school, like we all or on public TV, there was always like an ad. Hum do hamare do means we two and our two, like husband wife, we two and our two, like two children. There was we had a like a comedic take on it, like हम दो हमारे दो ज्यादा हुए तो फेंक दो. Like like I said, like two of us two, our two. If there are any more, eat them, throw them away. Yeah, but that like so yeah. That was a campaign for like campaign line for like mainly encouraging what do you call it? Vasectomies for males,
Mm. Mm.
tubectomies for females, as
Oh.
well as contraception, general population control. Nobody listened. Good thing. Now, uh, India, India's population is its current asset because while others are killing themselves in wars, India will continue to grow slowly and its diaspora will spread. Um, that's that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, that I mean, it's like the more developed a country is, right, the birth rate will fall more. I mean, you can see countries in Japan, very developed country, well social, high discipline. I mean, for I mean for the birth rate to drop is like a bit weird, I guess. Even in South Korea also, I think their birth rates are also dropping. And
Yeah.
Canada
So
also. Yeah, it's like
like,
I, I mean even in Singapore also. I mean I can finally see the reason why. I guess it's because that for women these days they don't believe in marriage. I mean they believe marriage is a burden. I mean, basically, when you get married, you share the property, then and all these kind of things. Yeah, and when it comes to divorce, it's very messy and all this kind of, all the things you have to go through. And I think it's just there's a lot of I don't know, that I mean, do I really need to get married to make myself happy? I can always adopt a child. Yeah, I can always
yeah.
get the sperm from sperm
So
bank, all those kind of things. Yeah, yeah.
so
I think that's some of the
that
things.
I that like women thinking like that is like minuscule, but overall, like when gen general prosperity or as nation develops, yeah, women join the workforce. They have, yeah, uh, focus on their career. So
Yes,
they
yes, correct.
try.
Yeah.
They usually tend to have kids later, and which like because females have a limited fertility period, uh,
True, true.
so that also reduces the overall birth rate. But mainly the thing is the economics. It's to for even though like there are people who live in otherwise like uh, have kids, God will provide the provisions for the kid. Uh, uh, but most people like think about whether they will be able to afford all the expenses of having kids, and they generally try to save money by having fewer kids. That's the whole issue. Like there is a cost of living crisis, and everybody
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah. Cost of living crisis, expenses go up and everything. Yeah. Mm-mm.
that, but the thing is, I heard this during uh, uh, COVID-19 era, like people when people were saying we are all in the same boat. Somebody said, no, no, it's not that we are in the same boat. We are in the same storm. Everybody is in different boats. Some are in
Yes.
yachts, some are in lifeboats. Uh, Same thing. Now they use the euphemistic term K-shaped economy, like the rich keep getting richer and middle class is disappearing, poor are getting poorer, and, and it is affecting society a lot. Nobody is ready to admit it, and I think like at some point there is going like we are already seeing civil unrests in most of the parts of the world. We
Mm-hmm.
had one in India, uh, like so many Gen Z protests, like we had in Indonesia, in Nepal, in Sri Lanka. I don't, I don't think anything of that sort will happen in the US because, hey, even though it may be bad, but they are still mu- way better off in the US. Plus, like Americans have this privilege of a strong passport, so many of them choose to leave and do leave the country. So yeah, hey, let's see, man. But ah, I don't know. Like, uh, personally, I feel okay. At least I'm just happy to be alive right now. That like there are so many people suffering, so many
Oh yes,
bad
yes, yeah,
things happening.
yeah.
My life is a okay. I am doing fine. Plus, yeah, yeah,
But
there is
uh, but you know what's the scariest part is that like I mean there's a lot of suffering in the world, but the you know the worst thing that happens is that you become desensitized to it because they bless you with so much suffering and you become normalized to it, right? Then I mean you when it happens you're like okay. And again like okay, like like there's so much
yeah,
corruption that you get so normal like it's okay. I mean like in Philippines, right? I mean there's so much corruption and when it happens like normal, normal. Yeah. The
yeah,
only thing that the only thing that can get the from my point of view, right? The only thing that can get the people of Philippines riled up is when there's a celebrity scandal. That is much more better than whatever is going on in the world. Yeah. I remember like
yeah,
I remember back in like in 2000 what 7 8 10 or whatever. I think there was a scandal of two Philippine actor and actresses of a leaked sex video and something, and
uh,
caused the whole thing by storm and everything. And at my workplace my Filipino colleagues were quite energetic body and they were discuss well, female nurses, yeah, discussing and talking
yeah,
about it, and my goodness. Goodness,
yeah,
crazy.
like
Yeah,
the celebrity culture in the Philippines is
it's
completely next level.
insane. It is, yeah,
It's
next level.
next level.
Yeah,
It's next level. Like
yeah. I think it's the same as India, except that I think India is much more on the
yeah,
extreme side, I guess.
India is like extreme, like especially in South India. Like
Mm, mm.
the they literally have like temples of actors.
Eh,
Even though, but some of
you,
them
you
are
sure?
like
Really?
yeah,
Have
yeah,
temples? My goodness.
they like do perform ceremonies during their birthdays, etc. Like, but there is a reason also. Like some of those actors, like they do a lot of charity work and lot of donations, etc. So not not justifiable, but like people there are like yeah crazy. There have been like multiple instances of stampedes because of celebrity visiting. It's like at least I haven't heard of a similar thing happening in the Philippines. So yeah, again, eh, as Indian, I'm kind of used to it. You know, like there is this like a joke like or a meme going on like when you are born in India, you are uh, playing the game of life at max difficulty,
I thought it's
and
Africa.
but
If you want, if
and
you want,
then
if you want hardcore difficulty, then if you're born in if you're born in Gaza, then it's hardcore difficulty. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but th- but then like it's like you don't have a chance to win.
Yeah.
Whereas if like in India, most people have a dream that they can
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
escape
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
routine, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like watching like people having a rat race, but but death defy. But it's the it's defying physics, logics, and everything sometimes. Yeah.
Hey, anyways, man, like, thanks for joining.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
sure, sure, sure. Yeah. Actually, I'm
I
happy. I'm quite glad to see that you're quite okay. With all the hurricane and typhoon happening in Philippines. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and I think like now the season is about to end, so I think already I say like fewer rainy days are happening. So I am already feeling better. But last week, especially the rains, especially at night, and the temperature. My God, my room was colder than when I turned on the AC. I have to after many new, many months I had to actually use a blanket to sleep.
Oh.
So it was. I feel. Hmm, but plus, like, hey, today is the last day of August. Tomorrow, September, and
Mm.
bar months, already start for the preparation of Christmas. So and Halloween before that. So I'm feeling much better. Hopefully, I can do this live stream again next week. I don't know. YouTube it doesn't send notifications already. The my this channel has I don't know whether it has been like blacklisted or anything like I but still I will continue. I continue these live streams as a means
I
of
guess it's probably because of the lack of,
personal connection.
yeah, I think it's because of the lack of views and everything. So maybe the YouTube algorithm doesn't favor channels with little views or something.
Plus, hey, do you have like uh, the hype button has been enabled on your YouTube app? I don't know.
The what?
YouTube has added a new feature called hype button.
Hmm.
Uh, Unlike the like button, you get like limited hype uh, what do you call points you can give to a video. Um,
Hmm.
I think they are limiting it to two or three, and it's being released in limited countries. I think it's there in the US and not there. Like I know, I think they started it in India as well. We don't have it yet here in the Philippines. That also might be affecting the algorithm. So I don't know.
I think in
Any
Singapore, I'm not so sure have it or not. In Singapore, yeah, yeah, I'm not so sure about it. But I guess if it doesn't, if we have, we have. I mean, if it doesn't have, I think one of the reason is probably due to taxes or something. Yeah, I think so.
so and it's not even like uh, visible directly. So when do this later, like on YouTube app, when
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
click YouTube app on mobile, you when you click on a video, there is this comment section. When you swipe to the right, you might get a it might reveal a hype button if you can, because
Okay.
even on this like video, like there is if you go to a live stream video, you will see option of live chats, replay versus comments. So that's a different issue. Uh, Anyways, I'm just rambling because I wanted to complete the 1 hour mark, which we
Oh,
have
okay.
done. And so I will give you the closing remarks and I will end
Closing
this live
remarks.
stream. Yeah, do you have
Yeah.
any closing remarks?
Well, I guess not these days. I mean, crypto is a bit up. But it could be a false flag because I think the election is going to come soon in the US. So, well, just observe, lah. Yeah, and most importantly, just look after your health
Hold on.
these days. Yeah, further look after your health and everything. Yeah, because
So,
I think the world is too much has too much uncertainties right now. Yeah.
Yes. Those watching on replay, thank you, Shani. And I will hopefully do this once again next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye, Dujas. Take care.